Hello, real estate investors, and welcome to cashflowsheet.com. Let me quickly go through the sheet and show you how to use it. In this area marked A, you can put in seller information and a little bit of information about the property. In section B, there's a place for the asking price. Section C is for the financing. Section D is for monthly rent income. And down at the very bottom, section E gives you more room to add information about the property. Back up in the center at the box numbered 1, this is for your monthly property taxes. 2 is for your monthly insurance. 3 is for the monthly water bill. 4 is for the monthly management fee. 5 is for monthly repair costs. 6 is for the monthly value of your down payment. 7 is for the total of the monthly mortgage payments. And 8 is the sum total of all boxes 1 through 7. Now what happens when we hit calculate page is it takes the rent income from box D, subtracts box 8, and puts the positive or negative number in box 9. So let's go ahead and pretend that we're going to call a seller and put in information as we progress. So I'm going to say that we called seller Sam, phone number, property address. I'm going to put the number of bedrooms at 3, number of bathrooms at 2. The square footage of the house, I'll put 1,200 square feet. Type of foundation, I'm going to put post and piers. This is most common for seller financing. I'll put that it has a carport, and I'll put 250 square feet as the size. Asking price, I'll put only whole dollars, no commas, no decimals. So I'm going to put down 100,000. I do no money down deals, so I'm going to put down payment 0. And seller finance deals is my favorite. So being that there was no down payment, the loan amount is going to be the sale price, $100,000. The interest rate, I'll put 6% fixed. Payback term, I'll put 30 years or 360 months. And I'll hit calculate monthly payment. And that's my monthly payment right there. Now, if there was a second mortgage on this property, I would select this box and I would fill in this calculator. Since there's none, and since I'm not financing a down payment, I'll deselect that box. The monthly rent income on this place, I'm going to put down as $1,000. Age of the house, I'll put 50 years. Lot size, I'll put 5,000 square feet. Estimated monthly water bill, I'll put $30. Type of roof, I'll put composition. Age of roof, I'll put 25 years. Type of heating and air conditioning, I'll put wood heat. Then I'm going to go up to box number 1, monthly property taxes. The way property taxes work is they're a percentage of the sale price. So often they'll be close to 1%. And that being the case, I'm just going to put a 1 in this box. Check this box here, and it divides 1% of the sale price by 12 and plugs that number into box number 1. Monthly insurance, I could call an insurance agent and get an annual quote for insuring this property and then divide that by 12. Or I could just plug in the annual amount and let the cash flow sheet do the computation. $30 is the monthly water bill. Put that down below, so I'll put it up in box 3. Monthly management fee, usually it's about 10% of the rent. So since the rent is $1,000 a month, I'll put $100. I'm going to do my own repairs, so I'll put do it yourself, no cost or very little cost. Monthly value of down, I didn't put a down payment, so there's going to be no monthly value of my down payment. Now I'm ready to hit calculate page. And voila, it calculated all of these numbers and put the total at the bottom in box 8. It took the rent of $1,000 and subtracted the box 8 and put the result in box 9. In this case, it's a positive $20.45 per month. Now, if I had wanted to do a different calculation with a standard calculator, there's one available up at the top. I could have taken the $1,000, which is the 1% of the sale price dollar amount, and divided that by 12, and I would have gotten the same $83.33 that the cash flow sheet came up with. Also, there is a loan calculator just in case you have to finance other items. I don't know what you'd finance, but if you did need to finance other items, you can put in whatever dollar amounts over here, put in whatever interest rates, and as long as you put 3 of the 4 terms that make up a loan, you can hit calculate now and it will give you the monthly payment. And you can also find out what the interest rate is. Again, as long as you have 3 of the 4 loan terms, it will tell you what the missing loan term is. Very cool. And last, if you were to create a seller finance note for a buyer, let's say you bought this property and then you were going to sell it, you could do that as long as the documents allow for that. When you purchase it, you can resell the property for more using seller financing, which would create yet another new note. And if you were going to sell that note, you might come to this cashflowsheet.com, click on the note yield calculator, enter in the terms of the note. So let's use this particular note. We'll say $100,000 price or note. That's 6% interest with a 360-month payback. That gives us our $599.55 per month payment we saw down here. And let's say I was now the guy selling the house. I might say, I'll take $75,000 cash today for that $100,000 note. And all you'd have to do is compute the yield to find out what the note buyer would be getting on their money. They'd be getting 8.92 or 8.93% interest or yield on their investment. Pretty cool. And last, let's say the buyer of this note was really greedy and they wanted a 15% interest rate on the money they invested to buy this $100,000 note. Let's find out how much money they would have to pay us in order to get a 15% yield on this $100,000 note. Compute discount, they'd only have to pay $47,416.10 in order to buy our $100,000 note with a 15% interest rate. So that's a cool little tool, the note yield calculator. And there you go. That's how to use the cash flow sheet. You're welcome to donate if you feel so inclined. I hope the cash flow sheet makes you lots of money. You can print this page if you need to, just by clicking print this page. Thanks and enjoy.